Relax. I'm gonna get back as well.
Yeah, so let's sit back and relax.
Yeah, let's sit back.
We're backstage at Boots with Teigan Gayse. First Boots.
Yes.
You just got off stage.
I did.
Are you walking on air right now?
I'm walking on air. I feel like a crazy person. I'm like on a high right now. It's pretty awesome. That was unreal. That was so much fun.
If You Show Me Yours is a single right now. You'll hear it on Country 90.5. We're playing it. We'll get to that in just a second. First, though, you had dreams of being a figure skater, like an Olympic figure skater.
I did.
And then at age 13, things changed.
Yes, like I just, it wasn't, I loved it, but I wasn't like in love with it. You know what I mean? And I just kind of wanted to take a break and find my true passion, which was music. As soon as I quit figure skating, I had so much drive. Like my whole life, I was go, 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 go. It was like very excessive. And when I quit, I was like, I need to turn this somewhere. And I loved music. I always loved singing. I loved writing. And like from there, it's just been like, I found my true love, which is music. And I love it so much.
I've asked every artist that I've talked to today, and we'll continue to throughout the weekend, what's the first song you ever wrote? And can you sing a line from it?
Okay, so one of the first songs I can ever remember writing is called Something About Coal. And it's actually like still like one of my favorite songs.
Something about
Coal. I had a big crush on a boy.
Oh, named Cole?
Yeah, his name was Cole. And I wrote this song about him. He was my friend, and he didn't know that I wrote the song about him. And my friend actually sent it to him. And he called me one day. He's like, I heard you wrote a song about me. I was like, no. I remember running to the bathroom, jumping in the bathtub, and putting my hood over. I was like, dear God, why are you doing this to me?
So you were mortified?
Oh, I was so mortified. But we're still like, we're great friends. And like, I'll sing a little bit for you. It hurts, but it's beautiful. He pulls it off, and you find yourself thinking about him nonstop when you know you should really move on.
There you go. I love it. Good for you.
There's something about gold. It's so cute.
If You Show Me Yours has blown up. It's doing really, really well. Was co-written by Chad from Nickelback.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So, funny story. I was actually going to record with Simon Clow. He's a good friend, and we have a song coming out together. And I was going to cut vocals with him at Chad. And on the way, he's like, "Hey, Chad's going to be around, and he wants to write." I was like, "Oh my God, no way!" So I'm like on the drive there, not sure if it's going to happen or what. And I get in, and we did some vocals, and just kind of like in the middle, we weren't even done vocals yet. And Chad's like, "Let's write a song." And I was like, oh, and Simon's like, what about my song? So literally every like 20 minutes, he'd be like, so are we just not going to write my song or do my song? It was so funny. But we ended up writing this beautiful song, and Chad was just so lovely. Like, I just was so scared. Like, I was in a room with Chad Cougar. I didn't even know I was like going to be able to like talk or do anything. I was so scared, but he's just so nice and so comfortable to be around. And we ended up writing the song, and he produced it, him and Chris Baseford. And it's just been like a dream come true ever since.
Has there been any thought of a duet version with you and Chad?
That would be sick.
It would work.
I should seriously bring it up to him. We haven't talked about it yet, but maybe I'll see what he thinks about that.
When I listen to that song, I hear inspiration of like a strawberry wine. It reminds me, not that it's the same, but that sentiment.
That is like the biggest compliment, because that is actually one of the first memories I have as a child singing a song was Strawberry Wine. Yeah. So I remember being 3 years old and in my kitchen with my karaoke machine, little mushroom haircut, singing every second word to Strawberry Wine. It was so cute. So that song is like special to me. So that's cool.
One of the things that songwriters have to deal with, I think, is if you sing it or write it, people assume it's real, like it really happened to you. Whereas a writer can write a book or a story and people go, well, that's a story.
Yeah.
So let me throw a few song titles of yours at you.
Okay.
And let's find out if they're real or not.
This is fun. Okay.
All right. Number 1, Your Girlfriend's Crazy.
That one is true. That one is so true. I wrote it about a girl and a boy that I was dating in high school. And after I released that song, because it was a while after like the whole situation happened, they both like texted me and they're like, that is hilarious. Like, good job. Like,
so they got the joke.
Oh, they did for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I Don't Need a Boy.
I Don't Need a Boy. You know what? That one, I guess maybe it came from a place of like independence, but I actually, funny story with that one, I had a boyfriend at the time, and I remember calling him after the write, and I was like, I just wrote this sick song, and he's like, what's it called? I was like, I don't need a boy. He's like, He's like, okay, all right. So it's kind of funny, but yeah. Anyway, so that one wasn't really from real life experience.
Last one, Blame the Wine.
Blame the Wine, definitely from real life experience. I'm from the Okanagan. Like, I live in the Okanagan now, wine country. So it's pretty easy to write about all the silly things one does from drinking too much wine.
Your career is, I mean, it's rolling, it's getting going here, but there's still a long way to go. But still, up to this point, what has been the moment that you go, holy smokes, I can't believe this is happening, that I'm doing this?
Honestly, like, there has been so many pinch me moments this year, like top 30 at radio, like what the heck, playing at Boots and Hearts, like what the heck, like just so many moments that I can't even just pick one solid one. But those two for sure, like getting, you know, people calling me up and saying, hey, like I heard your song on the radio. Like I get that like almost every day. I get someone texting me or like tagging me in something, and I'm like, that is the dream. Playing at a big festival like this and seeing people like, you know, sing to my songs and sway. I'm like, this is literally why I'm doing this, and it's really cool. So those are some like, those to me are some really big pinch me moments.
And you know, obviously I'm biased because I'm a radio guy.
Yeah.
But artists we talk to will tell you, when you hear your song on the radio,
nothing like it. Especially when you're not even expecting it, you know, like when you're out driving and all of a sudden it just comes on, and you don't even realize, and you're like, oh my God, like this is me right now. Like it's super cool. And I love radio because the thing I think is so special is you and so many other people around the world are listening to this one song at the exact same time, and there's nothing that will ever change that. So
yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
You're a Scary Movie fan.
Yeah.
Scariest movie ever made, what is it?
Scariest movie ever made. Okay, I actually just saw the new Evil Dead, and it was freaking freaky. And I went to it by myself in the movie theaters. I was supposed to go to a friend or go with a friend, but they couldn't make it off work in time. So I went by myself. Super scary, but my favorite all-time scary movie is It.
Oh,
the first one.
The original?
The no, the one with
the one that came out a few years ago.
Just because I love like all the children on there, I thought did such a good job acting. Like I was like, for Christmas, my brother bought me like an It book, It socks, It shirt. Like I was obsessed. I'm like, oh my God, am I okay?
You once said if you could work with one Canadian artist, it would be Shania Twain.
Oh.
Has there been any progress on that?
No, yeah, 100% Shania Twain. Like that would be a dream. She's just so incredible. She's so talented. I mean, she's the queen. She's the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry, what was the question?
Has there been any progress on
like,
that? Have you made any connections?
No.
Have you tried to call in favors and say, hey, can you get me a one-on-one with Shania? Nothing like that.
Shania Twain, if you can hear me, baby, I would love to join you on stage and write a song with you.
More rewarding, an Olympic gold medal in figure skating or a #1 hit single?
#1 hit single. 100%. Yeah.
And 20 years from now, you and I are sitting across from each other. Okay. You've just played the main stage at Boots.
Okay.
And I say, hey, what's happened since the last time we spoke? How do you want to answer that question?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, you know, I hope that in those 20 years, I got to do what I love. And I hope that I reached so many people and touched so many people's hearts. I hope that I have a family. I hope that I got to share like all my dreams and all my hopes with like my family that I have at the time in 20 years from now. So yeah, you know, I hope I'm happy.
And we could say, look what you missed out on, Cole.
Yeah,
right?
Cole.
The single is called If You Show Me Yours. It's a great song. It's just the start of things for Teigan Gayse. Teigan, thanks so much. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me.